So this is the refraction of light at curved surfaces, lecture number 3. In the previous classes we discussed about image formation or drawing of ray diagrams by using convex lens. Now in this case, today class, lecture number 3, we will discuss about image formation by a concave lens. So regarding this concave lens, we already know that. So this is the concave lens. So representing by like this arrows. Okay. Now this is the optic center, and this is F1 and C1, and also here this one F2 and C2. In some books they have taken called F1, here also FC and here also FC. There is no problem because generally for thin lenses both of focal length will be same on both for both the surfaces. So sometimes it will be different also. We have taken that's by 2 as it is a concave lens. Now for concave lens, you keep the object anywhere between from optic center to anywhere on this one, anywhere. You can keep object anywhere. For example, I am keeping the object like this. So here this is AB is the object. So this is the object here. So if you give the object AB, how the image will be formed, let us see. Okay. So as usually we know that. So this is the parallel beam of light ray. This parallel beam of light ray. So it diverges and it appears to be going from focus. It diverges like this. So if I extend this light ray back, it meets at this point. Okay, it meets focus. And as usual, if you draw like this, means through optic center means the light ray passes as undeviated. So these two light rays are meeting at this point, and draw one line like this. So here image will be formed. This is called image, A dash and B dash. This is called image. Here to remember very well that here we got this image by extending the light rays backward. An image is formed not on the other side of the lens, but it is formed on before the lens. Okay. This image is very small. So if you refer about characteristics, means image is small, but it is erect and it is formed before the lens. Therefore, the characteristics of the image will be virtual, erect and diminished. So here we don't have any bother about that between object is either C1 or F1 or at F1 or beyond C, anywhere on this one, anywhere you keep on principal axis, anywhere. But image will be formed always will be small. Okay, try to understand that for wherever position of the object, for anywhere the position of the object, for any position of the object, the image will be always what? Virtual, erect and diminished. It will be very small. That you have to remember here. So this is about for concave lens, and in before the class, yesterday class we discussed about called convex lens. Okay. So convex lens and concave lens, these combination of lenses will find applications in microscopes. It finds applications in microscopes, telescopes, etc. to view the objects. Okay. Dear children, remember very carefully about the concave lens we have only one diagram. For convex lens we are having 6 different ray diagrams. Are you understanding? In case of convex lens we have 6 different cases that I will show you. I already shown in my previous class. So refer to my lecture number 2. You will get about different one. Okay now? Right. Okay. So dear students, in our textbook there is an activity 2 is there. An activity 2. In that one, so this is to find the focal length of a lens is there. To find the focal length of the lens is there. Okay now? So this is called convex lens. Okay. And this is called as a V stand. V stand to hold this lens, and this is candle, and this is called scale, and this is scale, and okay. Now, so remember that this is called convex lens. Convex lens. In yesterday class I told you that convex lens means which is thick at the middle, and as we go edges it becomes very thin, very thin. Okay, now so this is called convex lens, right? This is called a screen to catch the image, right? Okay, how to find the focal length of this lens? Generally we should like one. So I am keeping candle lens like this. Okay, now so here I keep the light. So here two factors you have to remember at this contest, that this is called object, and this is lens, and this is image. Image we get on the screen, that I would like to say. And here we have to remember two things: the distance from lens to the object, that will be called as object distance, and similarly the distance from this lens to screen or image, that will be called as image distance. Here there are two things are there to remember. One is called object distance. Then we measure with scale the object distance. Okay, so we measure this scale. Look at here, and so this is not actually we are getting the image. Okay, but this is not correct image. So we have to adjust the image. Where we get the correct image, or we have to understand this one, right? Okay, we are managing. So where we get the sharp image. So if we move the distance more here and there, means you do not get the sharp image. At one particular point only you will get the sharp image. This flame appears to be very sharp. So this will be called as image distance. Are you getting? So if you disturb the object distance, means again it will be disturbed. Again we have to, here we got the sharp image we are getting. Are you understanding here? So if you change this again object distance, image will be disturbed, and here we are getting like this sharp image. Right? Now we want to find only by varying this object distance, so image distance also will be varied. That you have to remember very well. Okay? When the object distance is varied, image distance also will be varied. Okay? First of all, the object should be kept beyond its focal length. If you keep very close to this one, means very close, then we do not get the image. We get a very big image. Okay? So at one particular distance, if you keep beyond this focal length, means we are getting called short image. Are you understanding here? So remember here, I am not doing the very complete experiment because that will be done in the laboratory. So I just giving you the idea about how to find the focal length of the lens, theoretical part, because we have an activity that I am showing here. So this is called convex lens and stand, and this is called object here. And you have to remember two things. One is called object distance, another one is called image distance. Okay, are you understanding? The distance from candle to lens, that is called object distance u, and some other distance from lens to image, that will be called as image distance. Okay, right. So just now we discussed about activity 2. So this object distance denoted by letter u, and image is denoted by letter v, and focal length f. See, for example, if object distance is 30 centimeters means, so we may get image distance, maybe we get like 40, like that we may get like this. So for different values of this one, object distance 30, 35 centimeters, and the third one 40 centimeters. So we need to find different values for this one. And we get, after that you take average focal length, right? So that you have to remember very well. And from this one activity, so we are going to find its focal length of the lens. Now another important point of your lens is that called lens formula. What is this lens formula? It is given very directly. Derivation is not there included in our textbook. If you want derivation, means I will show completely in another video. I will show you. But lens formula means we are giving like this. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Are you getting the point here? So this is called Lenz's formula. Very, very important. Right? Lenz's formula is 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Okay. Here f means focal length. Right? Focal length it is. So as usually v means we are calling the image distance. Image distance, and u means we are calling it as a object distance. So very, very important one. So while solving the problems, this is very much important. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u, but we need to follow the sign convention. And another one to understand here that so same thing, but right. So now we have called another one called Lenz-Maker's formula. This is also derivation is not included in our textbook. We have to remember only the formula. That is formula is that 1 by f is equal to, so they given n2, or we can write one n21 minus 1 or something, n minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. They given you this formula. Or if you want very carefully means, we can also write n21 we can write, or if you want very clearly means, we can write n2 by n1 minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So where we call 1 by f. Here n21 refractive index of second medium with respect to 1, n2 by n1 means, okay, minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, or not to confuse me, this you remember this formula, that's enough. So simply remember this formula for our standard one, this is enough. So n minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, where f is called focal length. Here n means refractive index of the medium, it's very important, refractive index of the medium. And r1 means radius of curvature, of first surface, and r2 means radius of curvature of second surface. Okay, for example, this is concave lens means, okay, so this r1 will be called as first surface and r2 will be called as second surface. So remember very well that, for example, this is the lens we are having. So this medium will have its own refractive index, that is given here n here. Refractive index of glass will be around 1.5 or 3 by 2 it will be there. For air it will be 1. So remember that this lens is kept in air. Okay, the refractive index of air is 1, but refractive index of glass is 3 by 2. That's why we are having like this. Okay, and this is first R1 means refractive index. This is first surface. So this we call first surface, and this is called second surface, bounded by some region. This will be called as a convex lens. And this is the Lenz-Maker's formula, and this is called Lenz formula. Remember very carefully that Lenz formula means 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. F means focal length measured in centimeters or meters. We can measure in terms of centimeters or meters also. Image distance in terms of centimeters or meters. Object distance in terms of centimeters. Right? Okay, we can measure like this. So this is the Lenz-Maker's formula. Remember very carefully. 1 by f is equal to n minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Okay, this is like this. Or we can also write down, n2 by n1. For air it is 1 means becomes 1 only. So n2 becomes, n means refractive index of this medium, maybe glass or water, wherever it is kept. And R1 means radius of curvature of first surface, and R2 means radius of curvature of second surface. In my next class, I will tell you the problems on this one. Thank you.